Now, for many people around the world, subtitles are vital. In fact, you might be using them on screen right now.
But the problem is that most of the time there isn't a screen in front of us. Well, actually, there is quite a lot of the time. But for people that are deaf or hard of hearing, sometimes when they're trying to follow a conversation, it can be challenging.
But there are ways to get subtitles when you're out and about. For example, a new app called X-Ray Glass can provide them and, importantly, put them right in front of your eyes using a pair of smart glasses.
So we've asked one woman who's also an elite rugby player to put them to the test.
My name's Jodie Ownsley, I'm 22 years old, I'm a professional rugby player for Exeter Chiefs. I was born premature and I became ill quite quickly and then was soon discovered that I was profoundly deaf.
The only information that was given was Jodie probably won't be able to speak. She'll struggle in education and her job prospects will be bleak. Of course, we now know that none of that is true.
When I was 13 months old, I had a cochlear implant fitted on the right side. It's no cure, it's not normal hearing, it just allows me to hear some sounds and mostly lip read. As I grew up, I learnt more about my deafness, and obviously going through school, that's when I sort of faced challenges and struggled a little bit more. And then I discovered rugby when I was around sort of 15. I actually wanted to give it a go when my younger brother started, but then my parents wouldn't allow me to play due to potential risks of my cochlear implant. One being the processor, which is an electrical device on the ear that can break, but the bigger risk is, you know, the implant in the head, which is in the skull, and, you know, a really bad impact could potentially dislodge that.
I thought, we'll take her, she'll have one session, not like it, and that'll be out of her system. So we came down here to Sandal Rugby Club in Wakefield, and she was too nervous to get out of the car.
I was personally more worried about what if I miss things on the pitch, what if the coaches don't really understand that I'm deaf, or what if the players don't really know how to react.
After some encouragement, she came out, had a session, went really well.
A couple of years later, here I am, you know, being a professional rugby player. At Exeter Chiefs, we have a whole range of different players from all over the world, and there's one player called Tricky who has a very thick Irish accent, and even, you know, my hearing teammates struggle to understand her sometimes, never mind the deaf person. And there were one time we was just having a conversation and we were making a joke saying, oh, if only you had live captions so that we could understand what you were saying. And I kid you not, literally a couple of days later, I was scrolling through my phone on Instagram, and then the X-ray glasses came up and I saw a reaction video and I couldn't believe it. I messaged Tricky, I was like, can you believe this is actually subtitle glasses? It was quite surreal. You get through your life and it is a struggle on a daily basis, but you just crack on. Suddenly to have these glasses where I'm speaking to someone and not having to solely concentrate on lip reading, I was able to almost relax a little bit more and just see the subtitles come above me. There's loads of different functions, but the one I mainly use is obviously live captions. So what's it been like now watching me play professional rugby?
Exciting. It's been a roller coaster journey. Really proud of what you've done in such a short space of time, and I think you've a lot to do yet as well.
So how did you feel seeing me wear the X-ray glasses for the first time?
First time we tried them, it was quite emotional really, because, you know, potentially it's a life-changing piece of tech for you to use. And in your sports side of things, fine margins is a big issue, so if it can just give you that edge in understanding analysis, it's going to be a real benefit to you.
We have a software that upload the training footage or game footage, and then our coaching team will, you know, do like a voiceover. Obviously you can't see the face, so you just hear the voiceover whilst watching training back.
Now, there's a couple of really good single shots here from both Nash and Pops in terms of getting your feet in close, your tackle height being really positive, and a good solid shoulder shot with a good wrap.
So that's quite difficult for me to pick up sound without being able to lip read. So I feel like I'm focusing more on trying to listen what my coach is saying rather than focusing on the footage. But obviously with the X-ray glasses, I can put the glasses on, and obviously what's training is normal, but as my coach is speaking, obviously I get live captions as well. That might sound so simple and so little, but that's like a massive thing for me, because then obviously I can focus on the rugby and not focus on what I'm missing. I think people think that you have to do drastic things to make it easier for not just deaf people, but anyone with a disability. It's just little tweaks and just that openness and honesty, and yeah, my teammates have just been brilliant and supportive, really. It's so exciting to even see X-ray glasses, to see where it is now. They're pretty much at the start of the journey and it's already amazing. So to even think about where they could be in a couple of years' time, it's quite scary, but also really exciting to think about.
How brilliant is that? Now, the X-ray Glass app is only available on Android at the moment. The iPhone version is coming soon.
And some exciting news about Jodie. It's just been announced that she's going to be starring in the BBC's Gladiators series. She's going to be called Fury.
Wouldn't have argued with her before I knew that. Won't be arguing with her now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.